Another application. Go ahead.
There's also some really great floating row covers. They used to be called Remade, and there's some new ones, Row Guard 20, and they have them really wide lengths, so you can use these row covers and you can double them up too. And they work real nice. You let the rain through, you let the air out.
You can let them float or you can anchor them.
Or you can even put them under your hoops too. You can have one Remade and then you can have your plastic for when it's going to be a really big freeze.
Yeah. The thing is, when you're doing that, you got more labor.
And it's made from an oil-based product, so it's more of a transition thing. It's not a long-term solution.
So when you're talking about your salad and litter, when you're organized, I mean, it's mostly a matter of getting organized. Just to take one of my raised beds, and it's 1 meter by 1 meter, and when I'm counting, got some fresh horse poop right out of the stall.
The hot stuff.
The hot stuff. Put a nice thick layer of it in the low raised bed. Put a few inches of dirt on top. Planted lettuce and spinach and stuff right on top. No lid, no glass, no plastic, no nothing. Couldn't have been more low tech. Ignored it, and I had lettuce until the first week of December.
Because I bailed on that idea this winter because I read that it had to dig like 2 feet and had like 18 inches or 2 feet.
Well, that requires too much organization.
Right?
I thought you had to sit for a year though.
No, you need the heat.
You need the heat. And
Yeah,
then
it's humid soil on top of it.
Yeah,
The heat's warming up the soil. That has
No. And it just worked incredibly perfectly because I just ignored it, and I got lettuce and spinach and stuff until first week of January it finally died, and then it was just nice soil to plant stuff in the following summer.
And what time of year did you actually build that?
Oh,
And then
must have been
plant
like
it.
October, November, something like that. I was late, so probably would have been November sometime.
Yeah, I took one of my cold frames I used for hardening off transplants. I just put it over a little bit of solid mix that I planted last September, and we had solid mix during the winter a couple times.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
You gonna knock it off?
Well, we're right on schedule. If
Oh, she's got one more question.
yeah, by all means.
Yeah, I just wanted to pass
Oh,
on.
sorry. Go ahead. We'll get to you.
The fungi in the soil is really amazing, and it can help spread nutrients around the crops. And I haven't tried it yet, but Paul Stammons has created a new product just for vegetable crops, and it's called MycoGrow. And I have heard results of it being used in new community gardens down in Olympia, and they have raved about how it's really helped their crops. So that's something, it does cost money initially, but it is adding specific fungi into the soil that are good for vegetables.
Okay, all right.
Just a quick question. I've been thinking about this since I got here. Steve Solomon's book says that in our area that we shouldn't use more than 1/4 inch of compost because it has too much potassium. So that just threw me off when I read that. It seems wrong to me, but
Yeah.
you just think about that.
The thing is, are you able to put 1/4 inch over your whole plot every year? Probably not, because I mean, it's hard to keep up with that. So I would think that you would have to worry about it. Plus, it's the idea that the compost has too much potassium in it seems to be directly contrary to my putting in an extra shot of potassium in my fertilizer mix. See, and so his complete organic fertilizer mix only has about 1% of potassium in it. But I use up to 3%, and it's fine. But you could try it and see if you get potassium overload, and you could probably see that by the I forget what potassium overload, the discoloration and the shortness of your corn leaves or whatever. So you could look at it, you could test it. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little comment about petroleum and peak oil. The reason why peak oil is so important is the ratio or the relationship between a 42-gallon barrel of oil and the amount of human labor it represents. My understanding, what I've read, says that human labor is about 22,300 man-hours, is what you got into a 42-gallon barrel of crude. That's why we're going to go through it.
Okay.
Thanks, Walter, and thanks everybody for coming.
Cool.
Thank you, Walter.
Quick thing before everybody departs. I don't have the flyer here tonight, but there's an incredible botanist in town, and her name is Molly Langdon. And every year she does I think it's like an 8-week program or longer, and it's very intensive. And it's a botanical study of native plants here and herbs, and she is incredible. And if you look up or Google Isla Flora Botanicals, is that right? And Molly Langdon, and you can find the information there, and we'll try and get her thing posted on Sustainable Bellingham's website. She's quite incredible.